I want to welcome you once again to our instructional video series, and today we'll be rounding up with this semester's facilitation program. And in this instructional video, we'll be considering the classification of Nigerian soils. We'll also be talking about the management of Nigerian soils. We'll consider the types of soil we have in Nigeria, the origin of these soils, as well as how theories of soil formation. So I want to welcome you in today's facilitation or instructional video series, and I know you'll be glad. I'm Dr. Nathaniel Obasi. Thank you. You're highly welcome. Just as I said, this is our last instructional video that I'll be producing for this semester, and we want to welcome you once again. And this today we'll be talking briefly on classification and management of Nigerian soils. Soil classification deals with the systematic categorization of soils based on distinguishing characteristics as well as criteria that dictate choices in use. Soil classification is a dynamic subject, from the structure of the system itself to the definition of classes, and finally in the application in the field. So soil classification can be approached from the perspective of soil as a material and soil as a resource. So development of sustainable agricultural systems such as early farming is an attempt to reduce degradation of natural resources and to find environmentally compatible way of increasing production and promoting broad scale development. Classification of Nigerian soil. So soil is, as we know, is a thin layer covering the entire earth's surface, except for areas that we have open water or rock outcrop. So the properties of soil are determined by environmental factors. So 5 dominant factors are available. We have seen 5 factors of soil formation, which include climate, parent material, relief, organisms, as well as time. So there are a large number of different soils reflecting different kinds and degrees of soil forming factors and their combinations. So we can see a hypothetical soil profile comprising of O horizon, and in this O horizon they are divided into 2. We have O1 and O2, and that talks about organic horizons, comprising some of the things that have been deposited, some of the organic substances, both plant and animal materials that have been deposited on the surface of the earth, and some of them that are yet to be decomposed are largely seen here as undecomposed, whereas some that have started decomposing are indicated as O2, showing partly decomposed. So we have A, such as mineral mixed with humus, usually dark or darkened. We have A2, which is a zones of maximum elevation of clay, and the iron, as well as aluminium oxide. And these are lighter in color. We have A3, portions of A horizon transitional to B. We have B1, portions of B horizon transitional to A. We have B2, which is zones of maximum elevation of clay and oxides of iron and aluminium. Of course, when we talk about elevation is moving away of material out of a particular location, and we can see it in the A2 here, where we have movement of things like it could be organic matter, it could be sesquioxides, oxides of iron and aluminium, and all of that, they move down to B horizon, and that is why we have in B horizon here we have B2 zone that's experience maximum elevation, where there is deposit of some of the materials that move away from A2. So we have B3 now. B3 is transition to C, and we have unconsolidated mineral horizon such as C, and we have R as the bedrock. Why do we classify soil? Scientists have developed different systems of soil classification to group soils of similar properties in one class, allowing them to exchange information on soil found in different areas. So soil classification also help in determining the best possible use and management of soils. We have soil classification is, however, a controversial subject at both national and international level, because there is lack of agreement for a common classification system because of soil scientists that do not agree on the characteristics of differentiating and classifying. Now we have major soil classification systems in use. We have several of them. We have the Canadian soil classification system. We have the Russian classification system. We have several of them do exist. Australian classification system and all of them. But however, the one that is mostly used, especially in Nigeria, most other countries of the world, due to its comprehensive nature, usually just these two, USDA soil taxonomy as well as FAO UNESCO legend, otherwise known as World Reference Base for Soil Resources. These are the soil classification systems that are mostly in use currently by many countries because of how comprehensive it is. So soil horizons are layers of different appearances, thickness, as well as properties which have arisen by the action of various soil forming processes. So the horizon are normally parallel to the surface. Collectively, the horizon make up what is called soil profile or soil pattern. So the soil profile is defined as the vertical section of soil soil to exposed layering. Now, we have a hierarchy of categorization. We have a hierarchy of categorization in soil taxonomy, in USDA soil taxonomy. They have six basic categorization or hierarchy, and of course we have the order, the soil order, we have the sub-order, we have the grade group, and we have families, we have subgroup, we have families and series. Of course, in the soil order, we have about 12 soils in the 12 orders in the USDA soil taxonomy. Some of them include alphisol, ortisol, oxysol, spodosol, entisol, inceptisol, aridosol, vertisols, and several of them, about 12 of them, and all of these things have different properties that distinguish them. Now, management of Nigerian soils. A fertile soil must supply adequate nutrients, be of good physical condition, and hold enough water so that the nutrient in the soil will be available for plant uptake. In this facilitation exercise, we will see some of the various ways that Nigerian soils can be managed. They include maintenance of soil, organic soil fertility, they include crop rotation and soil fertility maintenance of maintaining fertility with green manure, maintaining soil fertility with farmyard manure, as well as composting. Conclusion: soil classification deals with the systematic categorization of soil based on distinguishing characteristics as well as criteria that dictate choice in use, topography, geological processes, climatic condition, vegetation, and human interference play a major role in determining of soil type. Soil management can be defined as the process of managing the soil and development in both urban and suburban settings of land surface resources in a sustainable way. Land resources are used for a variety of purposes which interact and may compete with one another. Therefore, it is desirable to plan and manage all uses in the integrated manner. Thank you for listening and remain blessed.